I want you to listen to this woman who decided to divorce her husband, that she was married to him for 24 years. She walked out of her marriage. He didn't leave, but she chose to. Now, I want you to hear how her life is now and listen to what she's saying.
This is day 4 of commuting as a divorced gal. I forget that commuting is like really tiring. It felt really different to commute back and forth to the city and not to come home to my big house that I used to live in and to come home to my small apartment. Before, I used to get into my car and drive home to my house, and my husband would be there and my son, and now it's my plants. I'm complaining, but it's like, ma'am, this is what did you think? Like, you ended your 24-year marriage. You sold your 5-bedroom house. You sold your dream to try a whole new life. And I'm fully in that whole new life now. And even though I've been in it now for a couple of years, renting my apartment, it's still not adjusted. I thought it would feel more natural by now. And I guess I'm getting there. And when am I going to get there? Why aren't I there yet? So like tonight, for example, 3 of my best friends are coming over, and it's different entertaining an apartment versus your house. Like, I don't have all my shit anymore. I used to have like cabinets where I would keep all of my napkins. Like, I had napkins in every color and all the plates and all the silverware and all. Now I'm like, I don't know where anything is anymore, and I don't even own those things anymore. Now I barely have matching glasses. Like, when you get divorced, you split up all your shit, right? And then you have to go through stuff and you're like, oh, I don't need this. And the platters that I have, I don't use. My refrigerator is just filled up with like flavored seltzer now. But I know my friends don't care, but it's just like it's different. It changes the whole experience. I want to have everything like nice and pretty and, I don't know, perfect for them. And they're showing up to just imperfections on imperfections, and they've been over before. I have to just go with the flow, right? I have to just not care about those things now because I know they don't matter, but I'm not gonna lie, like, it was really nice to be able to have people over and just to have everything like beautiful and perfect and matching, and being able to go and sit outside in my backyard. Or now I don't have that. Now my kitchen is my living room, and my living room is my kitchen. It's just room. I'll make it work, but I would be lying if I didn't say that something about this week that's making it really hard. And girl, you gave it up. Happy now? And I know nobody's saying that to me, right? Nobody's saying that to me except me. So maybe I need to stop saying that to me. Like, yeah, I did give it up, and I gave it up for lots of good reasons.
Well, it sounds like Madam here kind of regrets walking out of her marriage, because this is my thing. You were married to this man 24 doggone years. You'd invested 24 years of your life with this man. Why leave now? If you was going to leave, maybe you should have left at year 4 or year 2 or year 1. You invest 24 years of your life and he's going to walk out and leave. You had all of the house, and most men buy the house for what the woman wants, put the house together how she wants, all of that. Well, you had a situation you can entertain your friends and do whatever you had to do in your house, right? And you walked away from that thinking you know better or whatever, saying he was so horrible or whatever the case may be. That's usually how it goes. They always walk out of their marriages and then they walk into something and then now they complaining. You understand? You always think about that. Why would you uproot your life after 24 years to go to an apartment? Now, so, well, I left because I wanted to have peace. Now, what peace are you talking about? Like, was it like some abuse or something like that? That's different. You know, somebody like physically abusing you or even verbally, abusing you or whatever, and it's extremely, toxic, or y'all, fighting each other or whatever. That's one thing. But some of them that pop up, I'm just not happy anymore or whatever the case may be. No man could make you happy. Happiness comes from within. You putting too much weight on a man that he don't really have the ability to meet. If you're truly not happy within yourself And if God himself can't make you happy, how that man gonna make you happy? Same thing with a woman. You can't put it all on a woman to make you happy. You got to be happy within yourself first, period. Because when you say you're not happy, well, maybe he can't, quote unquote, make you happy because you're not giving off nothing that's inviting to do that. Because you got the issue and problem. How many of them have we seen, and we covered here, walk out of their marriages and then they end up regretting it? And then some of them want to try to creep back to them. Hey, are you seeing somebody, right now? Asking those questions. Trying to see, can we try again? Like, I always tell a man this. If that woman leaves you like that and you didn't beat on her, you didn't cheat on her, you wasn't verbally abusive, you didn't do nothing that anybody could say, yeah, man, you did her bad, or you treated her bad or whatever. And she just ups and leaves talking about she ain't happy. I'm like, no, you can't come back here. Because you done got in them streets and I don't want you no more. Because I don't know what you've been doing. You're not coming back here after you done got whatever you wanted out your system and you realize that it was nothing out there and you realize you actually had a good situation. No, you're not going to be rewarded coming back here. You need to go learn a good life lesson. Don't walk out of the blessing God gives you. Because look, the devil always going to try to take you out of God's blessing. Always. He can't pluck you out of God's blessing, but he sure can try to convince you to get out of it. And this woman walked out of her blessings. She should have went to marriage counseling. They should have worked that thing out, whatever it may be. It's just that simple. Because if she was truly happy with her situation, she wouldn't be online complaining about her apartment. She'd be excited about her apartment because, hey, she'd be like, hey, that big house I had, it was miserable. I'm so happy in my little 1-bedroom now, or whatever the case may be. So clearly she left after 24 years, and she probably had a lot of time to think in that place she's at. It was a bunch of BS. But what happens? The man moves on, he get him to somebody else, and then now, boom, he's straight. But you the one not right. I always tell him this. You walk out of your marriage for anything outside of what the scriptures teach that is grounds for divorce, love will always elude you. And unfortunately, 75% or sometimes 80% of marriages in the United States are ended by women, not men. So it lets you know men are more committed to marriage when they do marry than the women are. It's just that simple. The divorce rate would drop in America if they didn't incentivize divorce. And I'm all for politicians making it not being an incentive. I'm not saying you should force somebody to stay with somebody. That's not what I'm saying. But in other words, you just want to leave or whatever. You ain't taking half of, the 401k. You ain't taking half of my investments. You ain't taking half of nothing. If you want to go, do what you got to do. But you're not taking half on the way out. And I think that's what has to be changed. Because trust me, when they have to realize they'll have to start over from scratch, literally like, is it really that bad? What's going on? Do I really want to go start from scratch? You know what I'm saying? Because if they had to start from scratch, that type of lady right there would really think about it. Because she left that marriage with half of that man's stuff. That's why she